Fairlight is showing here for the first time 3-door. It's 3D audio workspace. It's a platform that allows you to mix in 3D, mix using the tools and the workflow you've already got, but delivering a 3D output. It's an open platform. So we've developed a set of hardware and software that we offer as a 3D production tool. It's down to you how you want to do it. It's down to you what you want to mix to. So you can use a Fairlight, you can use Pro Tools 10, or you can use Nuendo on top of the Fairlight. So you can mix in different worlds, you can produce in different worlds. You're not linked in necessarily just to a Fairlight. We've added a new feature called AirPan. We looked at how to mix in 3D. 2D is easy, 5.1, use a joystick, everybody knows how to do it. But we wanted to do something immersive, something that's very natural, easy way to interact. So we have an AirPanner. You can literally reach out in 3D space. We have about 60 centimeters wide, 60 centimeters deep, 60 centimeters tall. You have an area you can reach into with your hand and grab the sound and move it around in 3D. It's an open platform. It works in the Fairlight, it works in Pro Tools, it works in Nuendo. That's the AirPanner. It's just a very, very unique tool to move things around with.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is now demonstrating our 3D panner. So it's called AirPan, and the idea is that you can mix in the air with your hands. So traditionally, if you're mixing in a stereo environment, you're going to use a rotary knob. If you're mixing in a surround, you've got a joystick. But now we have up and down. We can't actually use traditional controls. Otherwise, you're sitting there with multiple knobs twiddling it. So as a result, we invented AirPan. So really easy to use. If I have a look at the screen here, I just pick my object, and here I've got a stereo source. So there's my left and there's my right, and that's my object. Now, if I want to move that, I just use my hand and move it in the air. Really easy to use, really sensitive. I'm just moving, I can move it anywhere. Now, as it's a stereo object, it's hard pan, I want to narrow the stereo field. So I just pick it up, use my hand, and now I've got it as a mono object. I can then place this object anywhere in a room. Now, the mode I've got at the moment has a video on it, so I can do it to video. But if I've got another external monitor, I've got my screen here, and I can be really precise about where I'm picking it. I can look at it, pick up the object, and move it. I can then change my stereo spread, and then I can change my divergence of each speaker. This is sitting as a stereo object. Now, I can play back all my stuff at a slower speed, so I can do really precise and do really tight automation, and then at normal speed, it'll play back the automation at the correct speed.
We're not locking you into one specific output format. So if you're mixing with the Fairlight system, you can mix once, you mix immersively in 3D, you're monitoring in 3D, and at the end of it, then you decide, okay, I'm going to do an Atmos mix, or I'm going to do an Aura mix, or I'm going to master it as an MDA mix from DTS. So we support a philosophy of mixing once and then outputting many times in many different formats.